What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and increased gas prices are equaling more stimulus. And this is your stimulus package update, your stimulus check update, your breaking news, and your gas prices update. As you guys take a look at this, stimulus checks for gas. Here's what could be coming your way. Now, I've been reporting this to you for the past couple of days. I've let you know that there have been 3 bills that have been released by Congress to provide stimulus checks to the American people to help combat these increased gas prices and inflation. So if you missed that and you want to get all the details, check out some of my previous videos. I cover all the details in them to these 3 proposals coming out. We've been seeing articles coming out like this every day now. Stimulus update, $100 monthly checks proposed to cover high gas prices. This is one of the proposals that is out there right now. $100 per person and $100 per dependent per month. So a household of 10 could get $1,000 per month, while they're saying gas prices are over a national average of $4 a gallon. Now, also, in addition to that, we're hearing that stimulus package talks are back on the table, and I shared this with you in previous videos as well. Take a look, you guys. 2 days ago, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said he's working with the GOP to try to get a deal on pandemic aid. They're trying to get more stimulus provisions out to the American people, and we had heard that Senator Joe Manchin said that he was ready to engage in reconciliation, saying he's ready. Let's draft up that stimulus reconciliation bill. Now, that is what was known as the Build Back Better bill. They're going to be renaming it. They're going to be passing it, and it will be the 2021 reconciliation bill. But keep in mind, at their disposal is also a 2022 one as well. They can use reconciliation a limited number of times in Congress, and they have that at their disposal. And right now, with gas prices increasing and inflation at all-time highs, it's looking like more stimulus is on the way. Gas prices is equaling more stimulus. And take a look at this article that came out today, you guys. I'm going to get you all the details. Senator Mitt Romney working on GOP counteroffer to the new Democratic pandemic funding plan, as we're hearing that they have assembled this and they're going to be working to try to get something done to get out more stimulus. So it looks like this is going to be happening. They're going to be pushing out more stimulus provisions. More bills for checks are on the table, and they're trying to get out more stimulus. Pretty much gas prices is equaling stimulus. Now, we're hearing that they have got to get something done, Democrats that is, if they want to stay in control, because right now, President Joe Biden's approval rating is really, really low right now. We're hearing this is one of the worst that we have seen in quite some time. What we've seen historically is that during a midterm election year, if the president, let's say he's a Democrat like Joe Biden, and he's got bad approval ratings as they go into the elections, that is not good for the Democratic Party. And right now, if they're in full control, people are going to say, hey, you are in full control of Congress, the House, the Senate, and the presidency, and you still haven't gotten things done. Well, then usually we see the power flip to the other side. So it's very likely that in these elections, if they do not get something done, Republicans are going to take back probably the House and the Senate. We're hearing they might just get totally destroyed in these elections unless Democrats are going to be bringing something to the table to show people that, hey, we helped you out during this time. So it is very likely that between now and election time, we're going to be hearing a lot of talks about stimulus packages, stimulus checks. We'll see what comes to fruition, what is just talk. I will keep you guys up to date, but I'm going to get you caught up on the latest as all of this is being brought again back to the forefront with high gas prices, inflation, war in Russia and Ukraine, and the pandemic still raging. And lawmakers are saying, Democrats are saying, it's time for more stimulus. So let's go ahead and dive right in and get you caught up on the latest. But before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, just takes a second, don't forget, smash that like button for me. Helps out the channel a ton. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you like to stay up to date, totally free to do so. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. If you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, and consider joining my second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in and get you caught up on the latest. So, link in the description below to this article that just came out today that says Romney's working on GOP counteroffer to the new Democratic pandemic funding plan. Now, the article says that Senator Mitt Romney of Utah on Thursday today said that he is working with GOP leadership on a pandemic funding counterproposal after receiving a new offer from Democrats. And this would be more additional stimulus funding. It says, I got a proposal from them and we've got a counteroffer that we're working on with our leadership, Romney told The Hill on Thursday. He said that the proposals contain new ways to pay for pandemic funding, and that Democrats proposed one set of pay-fors and Republicans will counter with a different set. He did not detail what the possible offsets are going to be. So one of the major concerns right now, as I shared with you in my previous video, is inflation and adding to debt, which will cause even more inflation, they're saying. So they want to make sure that whatever they're providing, that it is fully paid for. So they're trying to add that in, maybe some taxes, some different ways to add funding, but not increase the debt. And it says, I think we're making progress, Romney said. And they had stripped this out of the omnibus bill that we had seen for government funding and also additional pandemic aid to Ukraine and Russia. So now, though, it is being brought back to the attention of Congress. And as I mentioned, stimulus and also stimulus checks is coming back. Now, jumping down in the article, it says that Senate GOP leader Mitch McConnell, the Senate Minority Leader, said on Tuesday that any new pandemic-related spending in response to the administration's request needs to come from previously approved pandemic relief legislation. In other words, we're not going to be sending out any more debt, any more spending at all. Take stuff that has been already sent out in previous packages and reuse any money that is just still available, still just sitting there. And we've heard there's over $800 billion just sitting there. And they tried to take some from the American Rescue Plan money that was for states, counties, and cities. And a lot of people got upset because they said a lot of those states never even got their money, and now you're trying to reallocate it. But we're hearing there's over $800 billion from all the packages still just sitting there. They're saying take existing funds. Let me know your thoughts. And Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell had this to say. He said there's plenty of unspent money. It's a question of priorities. The money is there. It should be programmed. That's the way forward. So they're saying they're only going to get on board if they reallocate existing funds. And I've had a lot of people say that. Why not just take that and pass it for stimulus checks? There's literally enough to pass 2 stimulus checks, a fourth and a fifth of $1,400 apiece. Now, also, we will see if they decide to do that. I'm thinking that there's already bills coming out for gas stimulus checks. They're seeing bills and legislation hitting Congress right now, the past couple days to provide that. So we will see if that's an option, if they want to reallocate some of that for gas stimulus checks, or if there's some just new legislation agreement for gas checks and they use the existing funds to help combat the pandemic. We will see. I will keep you up to date. But reading on, Senator John Thune, McConnell's number 2, indicated that GOP positions have not changed despite an increase in cases in other countries. So we're also hearing that it's very likely a new wave of the Omicron variant is going to be hitting the United States. We had a major wave hit back in Christmas, December, around the winter time, and we're hearing it's hitting Europe and China. They are in major lockdowns right now, and they're saying it's very likely in the upcoming weeks we're going to get a variant of that variant, a subvariant of Omicron that's likely going to be hitting sometime around April in the United States. Now, a new surge of pandemic infections in Europe has public health experts concerned that the U.S. is not prepared to respond to a similar wave, saying if it does hit us, we don't have the funds set ready to go to help combat this. And it says there's just so much money that's just rolling around out there, Thune said, saying that we need to take that money, we need to use it, not send out more, just take the existing funds that are untouched. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So it does look like more stimulus packages are on the way. Talks, negotiations, discussions are taking place, and more bills for stimulus checks are coming almost every day now, it seems like. We're seeing reports. So far, there are 3 official ones, and we're likely going to be seeing one of these get some traction, maybe some modifications, and see if it gets pushed through in Congress. And I will keep you up to date here on the channel. But you guys, that is the latest, and thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, smash that like button if you appreciate the updates. I'll keep you up to speed on everything going on, and if you want to stay up to date, just hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Notification bell will notify you right away as soon as I get updates. If you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram. My profile is at SteveRam3, and you can get a hold of me directly. I'll help you out with any questions if you got any. And if you're interested, consider joining my second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much once again, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.